In what some are calling an epic roasting,
Feel that, buddy? Huh? Huh? Huh?
a female student steps up to the plate and slams Transanity after a giant ma'am
Excuse me, it's ma'am. It is ma'am.
assaults a girl in her school.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Again, another day that ends in Y. I'm Jazz Berganzo, and this
How do you know that you're a man?
How do I know that I'm I guess because I got a dick.
is what's next. TGIF, everyone. Jazz Berganzo, what's next? Your daily? Hope you guys are doing good. Well, of course, it is another day ending in Y. And of course, Transanity continues to show its ugly face whenever and wherever it wants. We have seen schools over and 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 over. Again, Transanity rules the day. Because for every one Dylan Mulvaney who gets mocked, and yes, we mock him hardly. Oh, now mock him hardly. We mock him a lot. As Bud Light, who has gotten slammed and has lost millions in revenue because of Transanity, transmentalness, demonic possession. You have stories like this. This comes out of the Gateway Pundit. Watch. Brave female high school student delivers explosive speech destroying radical trans ideology at her school district after a giant ma'am student assaults an innocent girl. The crowd loses their effing minds. Fox News reported Tuesday that high school senior Megan Simpkins unloaded on her school an explosive speech 3 days after allowing a giant ma'am to assault a girl in the girls' locker room. By extension, Simpkins has also eviscerated the ideology governing the radical trans movement. Christiana Lala previously reported that the assault happened last week, April 24th, at MLK High School in Riverside, California. A trans student exposed his genitals, yes, dropped trowel through his balls in a girl's face, and spat at others. Fox News 11 reported the dangerous male student has a history of erratic and uncomfortable behavior. Riverside police also said it's not the first time that this pervert, this douchebag, has been involved in an altercation. Simpkins started her speech before a Riverside Unified Youth School District board meeting with a based introduction etched in stone cold facts. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and only ladies and gentlemen is it and shall always be. I'm an 18-year-old high school student and wanted to bring you attention of a current issue with a real dude claiming they are women, and in turn truly believe that they are entitled to using women's spaces, invading women's spaces. She then addressed a sexual assault by the male dude, expressing her righteous fury. She then queried why his safety was being put above real girls. There was an incident that occurred recently in our district regarding a transgender woman, a dude, who is really a dude, having an altercation with a young woman at MLK High School. It was infuriating when I'd seen the video on social media, but what was detrimental to this, the fact that this man had been using the women's restroom and locker room. Firstly, the question we must address is why we're affirming mental confusion, mental illness, mental demonic possession to this boy and putting safety of women in jeopardy by allowing the mentally confused men to use women's spaces, invade women's spaces. At that exact moment, the crowd lost their minds. That statement represents a powerful blow to radical trans ideology, which teaches that men and women are the same.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and only ladies and gentlemen it is and shall always be. I am an 18-year-old high school student and wanted to take this time to bring to your attention the current issue with biological men claiming they are women and in turn truly believing that they are entitled to use women's spaces. There was an incident within our district that occurred recently regarding a transgender woman who really is a biological man having an altercation with a young woman at MLK High School. It was infuriating when I had seen the video on social media, but what was detrimental to this is the fact that this man is and has been and using the women's restroom and locker room. Firstly, the question we must address is why are we affirming the mental confusion of this boy and putting the safety of women in jeopardy by allowing mentally confused men to use the women's spaces?
Preach.
Of course, any
Preach.
male who claims he is a woman will accept it. But what about the women? What about the true girls like myself who are female down to our DNA? Why don't we ever get a say in whether or not we are comfortable with this? The truth is,
Because
we
they don't give
aren't.
up.
The majority of us aren't, and yet nothing has been done to protect the safety of these women.
Amen.
I will conclude with this. It all starts with you. You are in charge of the safety of us women and our
They don't give up.
and the kids
They
of
don't
our
give to-
parents. So please do something about it. Thank you.
Epic roasting. Matt Walsh will be proud. Simpkins next expressed her amazement, excuse me, that true girls herself were never consulted regarding dudes being in female spaces. Why don't we ever get a say in whether we are not comfortable with this? The truth is we aren't. The majority of us aren't, and yet nothing has been done to protect the safety of these women. She closed her speech by demanding immediate action. I will conclude with this. It all starts with you. You're in charge of the safety of us women. Please do something about it. Thank you. The trans student was expelled from the school according to Riverside Unified School District. We did do something after multiple times of dropping our pants and his pants and throwing his balls in your faces. Since the incident occurred, district has been working to ensure the safety and rights of all students are considering and promptly responded to. We are able to verify that the student involved will no longer be attending the King High School. Again, another day that ends in Y. When you have situations like this, not just occur on a daily basis, but on a hourly basis, sometimes even a minutely basis, if that's a word. If it is, I claim it. You got to continue to get nonsense like this. You got to continue to get ma'ams in school dropping their pants. Will Thomas anyone? We have seen assaults like this over and over again. Women are getting pushed out, forced out. When you have dementia wanting to redo or reboot Title IX by putting men with mental illnesses in that law, which of course endangers women, especially endangers women's sports. Ask Riley Gaines. But then, for every one situation like this, where you have a girl stand up and say, guess what? This shit needs to stop. You need to keep these mentally ill out of our school, out of our spaces, out of women's protected spaces, i.e. bathrooms, i.e. locker rooms. You need to keep them out. But I guarantee you that even though her words were powerful, they will fall on deaf ears. Because school boards don't give two fuck. Let me rephrase that. Not all of them, just the overwhelming majority of them. You do have school boards who really do care about everyone. You got school boards who actually are stepping up and saying, hey, you know what? Yeah, these trans mentalness, we need to get rid of this shit. But then, of course, if a school board does step up and say, hey, you know what? We're done with this. Now you have the NEA. Now you have cities and mayors. Now you have states and governors, and mainly Democratic ones, because they are doing such a great job, you know. Make sure that all students are protected. Wait. Not all students, just the mental ill ones. And with that being said, I'm Jazz Berganzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more just like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share it, subscribe to it, hit the notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. And we'll see you next time. Peace.